Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're at question number 157 for DevOps and SRE interviews. We're going through this. We're adding more and more questions to our arsenal so that when you folks get to an interview, you are fully ready to tackle almost any question that can be given to you. As you know, I did some research and I came up with 15 most important topics for DevOps and SRE interviews. Here's the list. The numbers on the right, inside the parentheses, are how many times these words came up out of 35 job descriptions in LinkedIn. So as you can see, cloud is like number one, and system design in number 15. Focus more on the top topics, please. Those are more important than the ones at the bottom, but there are some variations there that I find the data is not representative of what I see in real life. Okay, today is topic number 11, Kubernetes. As I've mentioned this before, Kubernetes really should be much higher in the list of topics here, but data is one thing and my intuition is another. So number 11, Kubernetes. The question today is, why do we need an API server in Kubernetes in the first place? At one level, this is a very fundamental, kind of easy question. At another level, the interviewer is really looking for your understanding how Kubernetes works. Because a simple answer would be, oh, we need to serve the API request. Well, that's not good enough for an answer though, because there's a lot more around it, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Before I get to the answer, my career coach is Floyd Spencer. He's giving away a 1 hour session to anybody who's in the job market. So please take advantage of that. And I'm not financially affiliated with him at all. So just because he's so passionate about helping people. Okay, so here's a simple diagram of all the components in Kubernetes. You have the API server in the middle. As the name implies, it takes in and responds to all the API requests, right? And that's really the only way to interact with Kubernetes, because even if you go through the UI or if you go through the kubectl or whatever, your request will land on the API server. So it's really like the front of the API server of Kubernetes cluster and everything around it, right? So why do we need it? We need it for two really big reasons. One is obvious; it's gonna serve up and respond to any request that comes to the cluster. The other is it is doing all kinds of coordination with all the other components, and let's cover them in just really quickly, so the video doesn't become too long and boring. But at the same time, you have some context. You have the etcd, where all the information is kept between the desired state and the actual state. So it's talking to etcd all the time. It's talking to the scheduler to schedule pods. It's talking to the controller manager. I'm not sure what it does there, but it's talking to it, as you can see. It's talking to the kube proxy for network communication between nodes. It's talking to the kubelet that runs on every single node to communicate with the actual state. When something breaks, it knows that something has broken and that it's going to do something to make the desired state same as the actual state. And it's not directly talking to the Docker engine that runs on every node, but it's indirectly talking to it through kubelet, right? So it's at the heart of all the other components. So when you're asked this question, you really should be touching on all the other components, not just say, hey, it serves API requests, which is only part of the story. All right, I hope you found this useful. And if you have further questions, you can find me on LinkedIn or leave a comment below. Or if you have any particular topic you want me to cover, I will see you in the next one.